This is actually crazy. The president and the US government just did the unthinkable. And Palantir is at the center of the spotlight. Billions of deals are coming. Analysts are dropping their confirmations. We might actually see Palantir's price pump 10 times sooner because of this. And it's not stopping soon. What is happening? And what on earth am I even talking about? Well, let me explain. Disclaimer. Palantir's stock price is kind of chilling today, slowly stabilizing. Nothing too wild on the chart, but that's just the surface. Because behind the scenes, the community is absolutely buzzing. And it's not just hype for the sake of hype. We're talking about real massive moves happening. Deal after deal, partnership after partnership, and we're not talking small stuff here. These are multi-million-dollar contracts coming in back-to-back. It's like every week there's another huge announcement, and the momentum just keeps building. But hold on, because this next part might actually blow your mind. Just when people thought things couldn't get crazier, the president stepped in and made another massive announcement that rocked the Palantir world. Yep, again. And this one's huge. So big that people are already calling it the potential catalyst. The moment that could actually launch Palantir into the stratosphere. I'm talking trillion-dollar territory here. That's not a typo. And a stock price that could eventually touch 4 digits. Now, if that happens, and we're not saying if, we're saying when, you want to make absolutely sure you're holding enough Palantir shares. You don't want to be the one looking back thinking, I should have loaded up. And here's the good news. You don't even need to buy any to get started. Today is your lucky day, seriously. You can get free Palantir stock right now, just by clicking the link down in the description. Follow the steps, and boom, you're in. But wait, I know you're hyped about the president's news. Who isn't? But let's zoom out for a second and look at what's happening with Palantir's chart right now. You're probably wondering, okay, is the price already reacting to this Trump thing? Well, one analyst had a pretty interesting breakdown. He pointed out that for the past 6 days straight, Palantir has been holding its ground, right on a super important level. It's sitting right on that middle line of the Bollinger Bands, riding along with the 21-day moving average. That's tech talk for. This is a line that Palantir has got to protect. It's like a battleground. If it holds this level with strong volume, meaning people are buying and not backing down, we're going to see something special. If Palantir holds that line, the next targets are in sight. First, it's going to climb back up and test that next resistance, then push forward to the next level. And from there, it's game on. That's when you get those sharp moves, the kind of momentum rallies that make the whole market stop and stare. Now here's the part that gets even better. Today, we didn't just get one major update, we got a bunch. And among all the headlines, there's one that really stands out, and that's Palantir's new partnership with Ecuador. Yeah, this is big, like international impact kind of big. So here's what's going on. Ecuador is in the middle of a major digital transformation. They're revamping the way their systems work, modernizing everything. And guess who they just tapped to help lead that change? You guessed it, Palantir. The country's customs agency, CINE, is now using Palantir's cutting-edge technology. We're talking about some seriously smart tools that can detect risky operations, prevent customs fraud, and help stop smuggling at the borders. But it's more than just crime prevention. This tech is also designed to boost legal trade. So it's not just protecting Ecuador's economy, it's actively helping to revitalize it. And this isn't just talk. Palantir officially confirmed the partnership. They even made a statement saying how proud they are to be working side by side with SINAI, the national telecom giant CNT Ecuador, and the Noboa administration. This isn't some random tech deal in the background. This is a government-level, high-priority initiative with multiple national agencies involved. And Palantir is at the core of it. This isn't just Palantir selling software. This is about real-world impact on a national scale. This is a sovereign government relying on Palantir's tech to shape the future of their economy and public safety. That's massive trust and a massive responsibility. When a country decides to digitize its infrastructure, that's a long-term relationship. That's not just a quick contract. That's years of collaboration, expansion, and upgrades. And here's what makes it even more exciting. If Palantir can do this in Ecuador, what's stopping other countries from jumping on board? Nothing. In fact, this is the kind of case study that opens doors across Latin America, and honestly, across the globe. So yeah, while the price might be holding steady today, under the surface, the foundation is being laid for explosive growth. This isn't hype, it's momentum, and it's global. And the Ecuador deal? It's just another strong signal that Palantir isn't slowing down. It's speeding up. But here's the biggest one. the one that could truly send everything into overdrive. Now, we mentioned Trump earlier, right? Well, this goes way deeper. Back in March, the president quietly signed a major executive order. The core idea? To get the entire federal government to start sharing data across agencies. That might sound kind of boring on the surface, but think about what that actually means. This isn't just some paperwork shift. This is about creating something powerful, something that could let the government pull together massive amounts of personal data, all in one place. And guess who's been tapped to make that happen? Yep, Palantir. President hasn't said much about it publicly since signing that order, but behind the scenes, there's been serious movement. Quiet, calculated, intentional moves. And the tech backbone for all of this? It's Palantir's platform. Federal agencies are leaning into Palantir's tech more than ever. Department of Homeland Security, the Pentagon, Health and Human Services, all of them are now using Palantir's Foundry platform. It's already in. We're talking about a system that can organize and connect everything. Banking info, student loans, medical records, even disability status. All pulled together from across federal systems, analyzed, connected, visualized. And guess who controls that visibility? The administration. Now look, no matter where you stand politically, let's be real. This kind of data control is incredibly powerful. Trump has always been about bold moves, and this? This is the infrastructure for something huge. Some critics are sounding the alarm, sure, but Wall Street is paying attention for another reason: scale. Because if Palantir is the central nervous system behind a fully connected US government data network, that's not just big tech. That's trillion-dollar territory. And analysts know it. In fact, some of them are already saying Palantir is on the edge of exploding in value, like 10x soon. And we're not talking about random hype calls. These are serious firms watching this unfold. We've already seen Palantir win contracts worth hundreds of millions. And just last week, the Department of Defense signed off on one worth nearly $1 billion. Yes, that's with a B, and that doesn't even count the other agencies now in talks. The IRS and Social Security Administration are next in line. You see where this is going? Palantir isn't just selling software anymore. They're becoming essential infrastructure, something the US government relies on to function. And once you're that deeply embedded, the growth doesn't just come from new deals. It compounds. It spreads. It becomes the foundation. So yeah, if you're wondering what could possibly push Palantir's stock to $1,000 someday, this right here might be the thing. It's the kind of real-world use case that Wall Street dreams about. High-tech, high-stakes, massive scale, and long-term lock-in. And if that moment comes, when everything clicks and the market finally catches up to what Palantir's been building, don't be the one watching from the sidelines. And even when you zoom out and look at the long-term picture, Palantir's future just keeps looking brighter. One analyst said something recently that really hits the mark. He said Palantir was built for AI-native unicorns. Let that sink in. Not just AI companies. Not just tech startups. AI-native unicorns. Those billion-dollar disruptors that are built from the ground up around artificial intelligence. And it's not just outside voices saying this. People inside Palantir are living it. Chad Wall, one of Palantir's own engineers, described it perfectly. He said that every industry pod inside Palantir operates like a unicorn of its own. Think about that. Teams within Palantir that are run with the mindset, speed, and innovation of billion-dollar startups. That's not your typical corporate structure. That's a company that breeds innovation. And it's working. That's why we keep seeing Palantir produce top-tier founders. People leave Palantir and go on to build their own massive companies. Because the environment is just that powerful. It's like a startup incubator hidden inside a tech giant. But what does that mean for us, as investors, as watchers of this story? It means Palantir isn't just building tools. It's shaping the future of AI, especially for verticals. That means startups that aren't trying to be everything to everyone, but are laser-focused on one specific industry and absolutely dominating it with AI. That's the next wave of innovation. And Palantir's tech, it's perfect for that. Their platform isn't just powerful, it's flexible. It's already proven itself with governments, with the military, with healthcare, with finance, and now with global partnerships. And if they're enabling the next generation of AI unicorns too, that's not just growth, that's acceleration. So yeah, short term, the hype is real. But long term, we might just be watching the rise of one of the most important tech companies of our lifetime. And when that happens, when this thing finally takes off for real, you'll be glad you were early. But what is your opinion on this? Comment down below. If you're curious to find more, then make sure to click on one of the videos you see on the screen. And with that, we come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed the video, then turn on the notifications bell on this channel. Missing an important Palantir update might make you lose money, so don't risk it. Also, please share this video with as many people as possible. Let's get this news out there.